And the Catholic Bishop of Kaduna Archdiocese, Archbishop Matthew Manosom Dagoso, has urged Nigerian leaders and all Christians to emulate the humble lifestyle of Pope Francis, who, according to him, lived a life of humility and care for the marginalized in the society. Speaking at the Requiem Mass at St. Joseph Cathedral, the Archbishop said the late bishop lived very closely to the way Jesus Christ lived, and that's Christ's identity with the poor. He identified with those at the peripheral and those who feel abandoned. This is something we must learn as leaders and followers of Jesus Christ. He maintained that as we celebrate this Requiem Mass for the Pope to remember him, I would like to say Pope Francis actually lived up to the name of the Pope, Pontifex, meaning bridge builder. Every Pope is. On Nigerian cardinals' qualifications to be elected as Pope, His Grace said all the cardinals except one cardinal, Peter Okwaleka, who is just in his 50s, is qualified. But for the other cardinals like Arinze, who is in Rome, Cardinal Onayekon, Cardinal Antonio Koje, if they are able, they can participate in the discussions in Rome. There will be days of discussion as regards the kind of pope we want at this time. But when it comes to the real elections, because they are over 80, none of them can vote and be voted for.
Life, the kind of life that Jesus Christ, preached and lived. The Beatitudes. I tried to say at the beginning of the Mass that indeed Pope Francis, in his life, he endeavored to live the life of the Beatitude. Simple life. I'm sure you know very well that when he was appointed, when he was elected, and he refused to live in the Apostolic Palace. And he moved to Santa Marta, where he lived all through these 12 years. And so that is a life of simplicity, the kind of car he drove. The lowest car in Italy, Fiat Cinquecento, is the lowest car, in Italy. And that is the car that the Holy Father used.
So beginning from the clergy to the faithful and to everyone, he is just a model. I see him as somebody who is trying very earnestly, very hard to imitate Christ Jesus, our leader. St. Paul, for instance, will say, imitate me as I imitate Christ. So if he has demonstrated this kind of passion for the poor and being a down-to-earth person, being a leader who was people-oriented, if we as believers do simply that, you see that the prayer will normally say that God should renew the face of the earth will happen fast, just very fast.